Hey Stampers, welcome to Brandy's Cards. So today I have a fun card for you using the Vibrant Vases stamp set, and it's out of the Occasions catalog. And with me here today, I have a special guest. I have Sara Douglas,
Hi, everybody.
the CEO of Stampin' Up. Hi, Sara.
I'm so excited to be with all of you today and to follow Brandy's lead.
Yes, so I've told her about the 10 and 20 videos that I enjoy making and doing for you. And I asked Sara if she would kind of jump in and do a 20 and 20, right? So she's gonna do 10, I'm gonna do 10. So we have a fun video for you today. And again, we're gonna use the Vibrant Vases stamp set. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you this set. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's beautiful. I love the little celebrate the sentiments and of course the different vases and flowers. And I believe we also have a coordinating punch, right?
Yes.
So that is fantastic. I love to be able to punch stuff out and of course the framelits. Another thing is I believe on page 45 of our Stampin' Up! Catalog, there's another beautiful set in there. And
Varied Vases.
Varied Vases, yes, that's exactly right. It's called Varied Vases. Isn't it 45, I think? Let's have a look. Oh, yes, there it is. So this one is absolutely gorgeous as well. And right now, if you purchase that set, it comes as a bundle. So I love the bundle, so make sure you look for those. But today we're coming to you with our 10 and 20 video, and so I just kind of want to share with you a little bit about what that means, what you've gotten yourself into today, okay?
Yes.
So I take stamping with me everywhere. I stamp in the car, I stamp at sporting events, at halftime, of course. And I take my crafts with me everywhere because I'm always making cards for customers and for friends and for family and you name it. So I'm always doing multiples. And Doug said to me one day, why don't you show people how you do that? And so I thought, okay, well, let's do that. And so do you make multiples?
I don't make a card unless I'm making 10. So I totally subscribe to the 10 and 20. Usually mine don't take me 20 minutes, but I love this concept because I like to have cards on hand.
Yes, absolutely, right? So, and it's just a great way to kind of show the thought process about how to do that.
It's your system.
It is my system,
Yes.
and so of course it's my system and I'm gonna share it with Sara, but maybe she'll switch it up a little bit, I don't know. And
Tips
that
and
is,
tricks.
yeah, tips and tricks. And so I encourage you at home as well to kind of have all your product ready. So this is not really about how fast that you can make these cards, honestly. It's more about the process and how, and kind of how you do make them and how it's done. So I don't think we've showed them the card yet. Should we do that?
I think we should.
All right, so that is the card that we're gonna make today. It's pretty easy, right?
But I love the layers.
Yes.
It's simple, but with layers.
Absolutely. And
Extra punch.
And this designer series paper is absolutely gorgeous. And it's called what? The Tea Room?
Yes.
Isn't that? I believe, let's have a look and see. I've got it right here, Tea Room Specialty Designer Series paper. It's absolutely beautiful. And what I like about it for multiples is that you get 24 sheets of DSP out of this paper. So you actually get 4 of each. Yeah. And then if we, oh yeah, there you go, see? It's so pretty. I absolutely love it. Then of course, when you flip it over.
Your more basic side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like them both.
I like them both too. And they work together, they coordinate beautifully. And so this is a perfect DSP for multiples. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pressure's on. 10 cards in 20 minutes.
Teach me your ways.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so first off, we've got everything cut and prepared. So let's go ahead and fold our cardstock.
So one thing I noticed is that you cut your cardstock long ways
I do.
rather than like hamburgers.
Well, I cut them both. It's just how I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
Yeah, it just sort of depends. I do like, you know, I've been known to fly by the seat of my pants. So, you know, I switch it up.
Creativity at its best.
That's exactly right. Because there's no wrong way when you're creating and you're stamping. So yeah, I just like to switch it up. And I also kind of sometimes like when you have the rectangle on the front that you have your image. I kind of like it to flow with that, if you will. You know what I mean? When you open it up. So do you have a preference on your cards?
I normally go the other way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And why is that?
I don't know. I think it's just, you know, it's like the way you've always done it.
It's kind of like our hair. We like our hair on the right
Like
side.
this way. Yeah, so it's the way I've always done it. I think just cut it the other way.
I gotcha.
So I don't think it matters.
It doesn't. Not at all. Not at all. And that's the...
And I love your white base.
The white.
You're dressing up the white big card base.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because when you make multiples, a lot of times you're also trying to think, okay, well, you know, how can I also make the most of my cardstock, right, and your paper and that sort of thing. So All right, so I think we've got our 10 card bases, and those are all finished. So let's grab our Tea Time Specialty Designer Series paper.
Okay.
Absolutely gorgeous. And so we've got it pre-cut. I'm gonna use, all right, you've got the snail. We're locked and loaded here, we're ready to go. So what we're gonna do now is you're gonna go opposite?
I'm gonna be a rebel.
I like it. I think that's great. And so all I did was just center these in the middle. You know, and of course, when you're at home creating, you can always cut the DSP and do different, you know, you can do different sizes and that sort of thing. But
So tell me why you like the liquid glue.
why do I like the liquid glue? Because I like to do the little wiggle. You know, I like to get it into place and then wiggle it.
Less pressure.
Less pressure, you got it. Because I find that when I use the snail, a lot of times I just stick it down and it's like, it's a little cattywamped, if that's a word, I don't know. How about you?
I prefer snail.
Because?
But I think, again, it's the thing I'm used to, right? I think we all get used to the adhesives that we have, and so.
I would agree with that. You're pretty quick at it, let me just tell you. I'm not sure where you're at or how many you have left.
This isn't a competition, Brandy.
No, you're right, you're right. That's exactly right. We are just showing the process and how much fun it can be, right? So it's a lot of fun. You use designer series paper a lot, don't you?
I think it's the perfect accent to a card.
I would agree with that. I would agree.
And it's simple. It's not complicated
Yeah,
to add designer series paper.
yeah, I would agree with that. And it also just, you know, it can also just, you can just add a sentiment on top of it and maybe a ribbon and you're good to go.
I have been known
Yeah?
to make cards with just designer series paper and a sentiment.
Yep, and
On a note card or something.
on a note
like
card.
That, yeah.
Speaking of a note card, you sent me a beautiful card just recently. I absolutely loved it, so thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
It was for celebrating my 2 million in sales achievement.
Oh, and those are like above and beyond
Oh,
cards.
well, thank you. I really.
We're above and beyond demonstrators.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. It was a beautiful card. I absolutely loved it. And I save all of the cards that you send me, and of course, all that my customers send me as well. So I sure do appreciate it when you guys think of me. And I have to tell you, my heart was so full of joy for Christmas. I got so many beautiful cards, and it just was amazing. So I just want to thank all of you for sharing your cards with me too, because I love to see what other people are doing. You know what I mean?
Inspirational along the way.
Absolutely. It is.
It means more when you know a card is handmade.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. It's from the heart for sure. All right. So I think we did. Oh, look at that. Those are pretty. I like that. Nice. All right. So how about we move on to our sentiment, if that works there. And so how about we do it in Bermuda Bay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Cool.
Let's do it in Bermuda Bay.
We'll alternate.
We'll alternate.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we've
See
got
how
it.
coordinated we could be.
Let's see how coordinated we can be doing that. All right, so did you just go or is it my turn? I've already. All right. So I love this color. This is honestly one of my favorite colors. What's one of your favorite Stampin' Up colors?
I am a purple, like more jewel toned fan.
Okay.
So Gorgeous Grape is one of my favorite
Yeah.
colors. New
Yep.
one.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I also love the Highland Heather.
Yes. In conjunction with, I like both of them.
Yeah.
And they're selling very well.
Are they?
Yes.
No, I believe that. I believe that. I feel like the color refresh was fantastic, and I feel like our customers have really, really liked all the new offerings. So
Have you heard from your customers what their favorites are? Maybe it's evident in what they buy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Honestly, I think all of the colors are great, and I haven't really heard one over the other, but I know that the Gorgeous Grape and the Highland Heather were really, really popular. So pretty cool. All right, so I used Celebrate Every Tiny Victory, and what did you use today?
I used Just For You.
And why did
Super
you choose that
generic.
one? Yes,
Super
right?
generic. And that one too,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Celebrating everything. I like
Absolutely.
generic sentiments. Use them for whatever.
Absolutely.
My heart
And
desires.
I think that sounds great. And a lot of times when I do these multiples, it's for customers and friends. And so I send it with, you know, so they can turn around and send it. So it's kind of a gift as well. So I try to keep it generic. So even though it's a thank you card, it might not necessarily say thank you. But then, of course, when you open it up on the inside, I'll have a note in there. All right, so how about we go ahead and go to Stampin' Dimensionals?
Ooh, okay.
All right, so we're going to lay all these out.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I know. The pressure's
Making me
on.
nervous.
No, don't be nervous. So
But this is a tip. This is a Brandy tip.
this is a Brandy tip. So
Okay.
this is what I do, because I find if you just kind of do one thing all at once, you can just kind of knock it out.
Be super efficient.
Yes, exactly. So let's take our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I would say one in each corner. What do you think?
Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
I use 2 hands.
Gosh. Nothing like.
Pressure's on. Can you do it?
I don't know. See, this is when.
I won't race too fast. It's all good.
No, I want to watch how you do this though. I've seen some of your videos and how you do this.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And you noticed I use 2 hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, multitasking at its. I mean, that you're ambidextrous.
There you go.
Dimensionally
Dimensional.
ambidextrous.
Oh my goodness. Well, the problem is, I used to bite my nails, and I'm letting them grow, but where I get hung up is taking the backs off.
Oh, okay. So is there a tip or trick for that?
Yeah, the take your pick tool, or you could go old school and use a pair of scissors. That's what I used to use, but I love my take your pick tool. So I have been using that more and
See,
more.
and I can tell you're going easy on me because I've seen you do this much faster.
You're doing great, Sarah. This is not about how fast we can go. And quite honestly, I can kind of come over here. And
You can help me out.
I can help you out. That's right. This is not like Chopped or something where it's
No,
like, okay,
I'm not timed.
We're not timed. Well, kind of,
Kind of.
but not
It's
so
only in
much.
20 minutes. Okay.
That's right. All right, so let's take these backs off. So I'm gonna try to go with my fingers here. That's one way to do it. See, I'm still on the first one, so I might need your assistance. Okay.
I like to make confetti.
That, I've never thought about using those as confetti, but that would be kind of fun. Maybe I'll try that.
This is the sign of a good crafting table.
Oh, absolutely. When it's got pretties all over and,
Yes.
and stuff. Doug often says to me, like, oh my gosh, you've got a whole table here and you're sitting on the floor crafting. And it's kind of a joke in our house because I can't see the table generally because I have so many projects going. I'd like to know what your craft table looks like.
It's always a mess.
It is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Always have to clear a space to craft.
Yeah?
Or I'm on the floor.
That's what I do too. Or I find a new table. No need to clean up. Just find a new
Really,
table.
I kind of got to a point where I was like, I have to finish one project before I finish the other. Did I get them all?
I don't know. Did you?
Yes.
This is the test. Yeah. That's
Okay, so once
right.
you've got that, then
Then we are going to stick them down. We're going to center them and stick them.
So question
I like
for
the
you.
question. Yeah.
we should have stamped our stems, huh?
Rats.
Okay, that's okay. We're
okay.
gonna prove that it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. So, this, and so that is a good thing, Sarah, actually, that,
So when you're
why?
doing this card, don't
Yes.
do it like we did it.
Exactly.
Do it better.
Do it better, or you know what? There's no mistakes.
No.
Right? So let's go ahead and stick them down, and I'm just going to kind of make a spot. So that way, what do you
Moving your
think?
cards in.
Yeah. One thing I like about this DSP is it's kind of got the lines, so it just makes it a little bit easier for me to line it up. But
And I went the opposite.
I love that. That looks
I have
like
the
you, though.
floral.
That looks like something that.
It's just a different take.
Yeah.
Like, variety is good.
Variety
Two
is
sides
great.
to every designer series paper, so you can pick and choose.
Yep, absolutely. And I love the fact that they coordinate. So there's lots that you can do there. See, isn't this fun?
My hunch is that the cards are going to look similar but totally different because of the designer series paper.
I would agree with that. I'm anxious to see if mine's prettier or yours is.
I think they're both going to be awesome.
I think so too. I think so too. That's what we love about stamping and creating, right? Because it's
Making it your own.
making it your own. We love that.
Yeah, I love how I have my DSP upside down.
You did what?
Well, the flower was like upside down, but you can't tell.
No, I mean the butterfly can fly upside down. Nobody knows. It's all
Or
good.
sideways.
Or sideways. That's right. That's what makes it fun. It was funny because I've sent a card to a customer, and she sent me an email and she said, "Thank you for the beautiful card, but I kind of did it backwards. So like it was all pretty, but she opened it like
open it
this,
the other way?
upside down." And she was like, "Well, so it might have been one flaw. So you do have to be careful that when you're making multiples, you have them all the right way." All right, so how about we stamp our stem, and then we'll stamp our leaves, and we'll move on to our pretty flower. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. So one thing I did with this stem.
Yeah, give me tips because.
Well, honestly, we didn't put a Stampin' Dimensional in the middle, so I don't think you're going to have any
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Yeah.
So as long as it's above my sentiment, then
right.
my vase will fit. Right?
You just have to do it, with confidence. Just down, up. If you wiggle a little bit or you think too much about it, right?
Don't think.
Don't think, just stamp. Yeah.
I like that tagline.
Don't think, just stamp. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. All right. So one thing that we did on this is we took the photopolymer stamp and we kind of repositioned it, which I think is really, oops, sorry, go ahead.
I got it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of curved my stem a little bit.
Yeah. So then he's not so stiff.
Straight.
Straight, stiff. Yeah.
We'll
He's
add
a
our
happy
leaves.
flower.
So when do you add your leaves then?
Next.
Next? Okay.
Yeah. We'll go straight to our leaves. So I just think this is so pretty. The other thing is like I wasn't sure how well I was gonna. Wow, you're fast. I think that you got out of sequence somewhere with the.
I think I did.
No, I'm just kidding. It's great. All right, so let's move on to our leaves.
So do you double stamp?
Double.
You do two?
Actually, I put them on separate blocks.
Okay, so no, that's cool. I did a double because I had one block, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
So do you stamp off your green when
Yes.
you do the second?
The second,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm anxious to see are you going to do the same at the same time?
No, gosh, no.
Gosh, no? So you're going to do all one thing?
Yep.
All right.
And so I could use one block.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
So.
Do you put your vases on first?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we have to do our vases first.
Time out.
So the good thing about this is that this is not scripted. Right, and none of my videos are ever scripted, and so Sarah really didn't know what she was. Well, she did know because she had seen one of my videos, but you didn't see the card ahead of time, and we're just kind of getting started. So when you're at home with your friends and you're stamping and you're creating, just have fun. That's all it's about. Just have fun, and if or if you're doing a workshop or something and you make a couple of mistakes, it's okay.
No mistakes in stamping.
No mistakes in stamping. So, all right. So
Which
now
color
we
do you
need to
want
do.
first?
Well, first off, we have to punch 3 of our vases, which I think I may have given you a couple of my vases. Maybe.
We can share.
Okay. We need 10.
Okay.
So I have.
Do you stamp first or punch first?
I would punch first.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things get a little. So see, there's a couple different ways in doing that. I kind of hold mine up and look at it this way, and you're using the table as the leverage. So I think that's neat. It's kind of shows a different way to do it, right? And another thing that I did, I don't know if you noticed that, but by cutting it in a strip, it just makes it a little bit.
Slide it right through.
Yeah. And another reason is because I like to use up my scraps. That's
Where do you
another.
keep your scraps?
Oh, that's a loaded question, Sarah.
Okay.
Where do I keep my
Is it all
scraps?
very organized or is it messy?
Oh, I'm a fly by the seat of your pants. So mine's in a bin. Mine is in a big bin. As a matter of fact, I had someone email me just recently and ask me about my scrap paper, and I just emailed them back and said, I'm going to be honest with you. Here's a picture, and it's a mess, but it is a mess of love.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so I have.
Scrap bin should be.
Exactly. How's your scrap bin? Is it organized?
I throw away scraps. Oh. Terrible. Don't judge me.
Yeah, that's hard.
Don't judge me.
That's hard. Well, you get so many of them when you're creating a lot, especially when you're doing multiples and different things and projects. So
my kids like them.
I get that. So why don't you go ahead and stamp your vases?
Okay.
And so one thing that I want to show our viewers today is that, the stamp set has gorgeous vases inside of, we got our confetti here, let me just take it off. So the stamp set, of course, has beautiful vases in here, and then the varied vases as well. So you've got lots of options, but what I like to do is I took this flower right here, and Sarah is going to demonstrate. Perfect. And see, it just makes a pretty little, and you could even put like a little gem on there, Sarah. That would be pretty, right?
That would be pretty.
Yeah. So you've got Bermuda Bay there, and I have crushed curry. The color of this cardstock is Daffodil Delight. And so while Sarah is doing the vases, I'm going to do the
We'll
flowers.
share the responsibility.
That's exactly right. That's what we do. And so I'm going to stamp the flowers, and then we're going to punch out the flowers and put our vase together. And so if you're new to my channel and you're like, oh my gosh, I love the card, but I need the sizes and the dimensions, I always say, just don't worry, just go over to brandyscards.com and you'll see it on the front of my website. And if you don't, that's okay. Just go up to videos and click the video link, and then all of my videos and projects will pop up for you. And if all else fails, send me an email. Just send me an email and I will send you the link because...
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
That's exactly right. All right.
Here, you want to stamp my yellow
Yes,
for me?
I'd love to stamp your yellow. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to punch out 2 flowers. Catch it.
There we go.
I think at one convention, somebody caught one down their shirt.
I think I might have done that.
I think you did. It's kind of funny, really. I laughed with you.
Totally real.
That's exactly right. So let's see here. We've got 10 cards.
So you need double the yellow flowers, right? 'Cause
Correct.
Did you do 2?
So double would be 20.
Yes.
Correct? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
We may have enough. 'Cause
Okay.
I just double punch.
Super. Well, let me just punch a couple just in case.
Okay.
Just in case. All right, perfect. All right. And so I think we've got enough. So let's go ahead and add our pretty vases. And so Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and use mini glue dots.
I'm a fan.
Okay. I love mini glue dots.
We agree on this adhesive for this
Yes, we
particular
do. I love mini glue dots.
So did you do 1 or 2?
I did 2. And it's really nice. I mean, you just set it right on top of your stem. Oh, I like that. I love the Just For You. So you know something else that just came to mind is our Stampin' Write markers. You know, if somebody wanted to, they could do like 2 different colors
Ooh.
on that. That'd be pretty, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Good idea.
Yeah. Maybe use like crushed curry, maybe. Mm-hmm. And color on,
Okay, so I'm gonna have to like, I can't tell where my stem is
because why?
because my hand is covering it. So I have to like turn my card upside down so I can see where that my stem is coming out of my vase.
That's okay. Everybody's got their quirky ways.
Yes.
Stamping upside down, you know?
I have plenty of quirky ways.
And then I stamp upside down and don't realize it and send it out to people, you know? But that just shows that it's fun and we're real, right? So pretty. I just, you know, another thing that I like to do a lot is how I did the vase with the stamps, the flowers. I like to create my own background a lot of times too.
Do you use those like your own DSP?
Yes,
On your
I
cards?
do. Because sometimes, you know, some of my customers don't always have all of the different papers and cardstock. So I think that it really shows the value of our stamp sets and how all the pieces coordinate when you start
Using those patterns for multiple uses.
100%. And that's what you guys intended them for, correct? I would think the designers did, or the artists.
Versatility.
Yep, versatility, that's what I love. And so I like to do that a lot. And then also it's a little bit easier too when you're making multiples. So it's a lot of fun. What are you
It's so fun
How
to
are you
stamp with
doing?
you.
Oh my gosh, I have been looking forward to this. So thank you for doing this with me today.
Did you tell everybody why you're here? Why we're actually stamping together?
I'm not sure that we did.
Brandy achieved a very monumental milestone. She hit 2 million in career to date sales, and so we get to hang out.
Oh, thank you for having me. And let me just say, Sarah, that you know I wouldn't be where I am today without a wonderful company like Stampin' Up, and of course all of my amazing customers out there that have supported me through all of this. And so,
thank you.
Yes, so thank you to all of you for your love and your support and for your business, right? So thank you guys, and so that's why we're stamping today.
That is why
But
we're
you would
stamping.
stamp with me otherwise, right?
Yes, I would have to travel across the country to stamp with people.
Stamp in North Carolina. So when we arrived here in Salt Lake City, there's like a ton of snow. Like tons of snow.
ton of
So we
snow.
left 70 degrees in North Carolina and we landed in snow.
We ordered snow.
Lots of it.
Yes.
So it's really cool.
It was like a snow day. Utah doesn't have very many snow days, but a lot of schools closed.
A lot of the schools are closed. And I'm like, Sarah, please come in and see me.
Yes.
But you did. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right.
next.
We're going to add our flowers. Does that sound like a good plan?
Flowers or stems? Which one first?
Flowers? Oh, yeah. Our leaves. Yeah. Let's do our
leaves.
leaves.
Whatever these other green things
Because we've
are.
already done our stems, so let's do our leaves.
Okay,
I
so the
think
trick
that-
is, I like,
Just try not to get it on your vase. Perfect. So
Keep going.
yeah,
Good.
we'll just keep going. It's okay, right? Because we've got a second stamp.
Yes.
All right. So that looks nice.
This
I like
is a
it.
two-step.
Two-step stamp. What does that mean?
Means there are 2 steps to your leaf.
Yeah, and what I like about the two-step is that it really makes you feel artistic without having to do much work, right? Because you got the
You didn't have to color it in.
correct. You didn't have to color it in
Shade
and
it.
shade it, and you've got the perfect stamp that goes on top that matches. So I just think that is just a really neat concept. And I love, love, love when we get stamp sets like that. You know? So how did you do without getting it on the,
I think I'm okay.
yeah?
Yeah.
Good job.
So then when you're stamping your double, you stamp off, right?
Yes, I did. I stamped off. And I did that just because I wanted a little bit of variation in color. So what side is up? That side? I guess the kind of skinny side. You're like, oh,
I'm not. Oh, and I didn't stamp off. Don't. Ooh.
Sarah,
off.
there's no right or wrong. It's just a little darker. That's all. It's all good.
Variation in color.
Variation in color. Although stamping off is a little better because it's lighter. Just a wee bit, you know. So I like that a lot. So
that's
this
pretty.
stamp set is just so pretty.
Again. No one will ever know.
That's exactly right. It was meant to be that way. That's what I tell my customers and my friends and people I'm doing workshops and classes with is that, you know, no one knows what it's supposed to look like, so just have fun.
They're just happy to get the card.
They're just happy to get the card. That's exactly
And the
right.
sentiment inside.
Yep. That's exactly right. So,
Do you get inky?
oh, I get majorly inky.
The
So
sign of a good crafter.
that's exactly right. But the problem is how do you get it off? Do you like I use those alcohol wipes sometimes and try to
Like get it all off.
try to, but it doesn't necessarily all come off. Do you have any?
Embrace the creative.
There you go.
It's not gonna come off.
There you go.
No,
I
they'll
go
come off.
to
You wash your hands.
you what?
You wash your hands, they'll come off.
Eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, there's been times I've, you know, had some colorful hands, but that's good. That is, it's a sign of a good crafter. All right, so we're moving on to our flowers.
Yes.
Let's get those stuck down. Here we go. Gosh, I need to stamp with you more often. So I like to kind of do this when I'm doing my 10 and 20s.
You're counting as you go.
No,
Just throw them all in there.
I'm just, well, yeah. Well, not all of them, but you know, a good bit. So, you know, a good 5 or 6 or 7, and then we'll just kind of start layering them up. One thing that I liked is putting 2 flowers per each one, but as you can see, it's just as pretty with 1 flower, right? Okay, you can start sticking them now.
Okay. Are we gonna do double?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Do you like how that, I like how that crushed curry kind of like pops it and makes it a little bit.
Well, and the accents, like on this, with this DSP.
I'm gonna do what you do.
Yeah. Okay. On this DSP, I like that the yellow,
Yeah,
kind of, it accents really well.
100%.
This one, I've got, well, a lot more of the crushed curry.
Ooh, that's pretty too. I like that. And I like how this background kind of goes with that. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
matches.
highlights.
Yeah. We planned it that way.
We did.
Yeah.
We didn't.
She's right. We didn't, but it works out. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So Sarah, when do you find time to stamp?
Early mornings, late nights.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you late nights?
Yeah, late
Yeah.
nights. Early
Yeah.
mornings, late nights.
Wow.
That's a nice stamp. Or with my kids.
Oh, that's awesome. And your kids enjoy it?
They love it.
Oh, that's
They
great.
love to stamp with or without me.
Yeah, it is. It's a great thing for the kids to do too. I love to get the kids in the neighborhood involved as well.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, and you know, I like to do it with like paper pumpkin kits and things like that. I had a few extra for Halloween, and so I started to pass them out to some of the sweet little neighbor girls, and it's a perfect opportunity to like get all the moms together and say, hey, let's have a fun little craft afternoon
Yes.
with some sweet treats that we can fill in there. So.
Do your kids like to stamp?
Oh, that's a good question. So my little redhead, he is just such a sweet boy and so like sentimental, and he loves to write me notes, but no. And my oldest,
He's got the note thing down though.
yes, Dylan has the note thing down, and it is so sweet. Tyler, he's 13. You know, he's,
Enough said.
yeah. Okay, moving on.
Someday. They'll be
Someday.
glad that you did this.
Yes, but I make them cards. Tell them how much I love them. So I have to tell you a funny story. So my little one comes home and, you know, he's got a cell phone where he can like text me, but he can't do anything else. And so he came home and he says, Mommy, while you're away and I'm on the school bus, I think you should get me Mint Mobile for $20 a month so that I can text you from the bus.
Aww.
Do you really think that's why he wants it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. But you know, it's kind of funny, right? So yes, he is definitely sentimental and he definitely knows how to work the system, play my strings big time. So now I noticed you did one flower all at once and then you're going back through. I love that. That's
So did you do double
I did.
at once? Okay.
I did. So I just think that's kind of neat, just to see different ways.
Different ways.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. So yeah, he's pretty funny. But there is another little boy in our neighborhood who he is very artistic and he is just precious. And so I'm going to give a shout out to Jack because Jack is one of my biggest fans and I love Jack to pieces. And Jack will come over and he will say, Mrs. Cox, I made you this card. And so for different holidays, I give Jack different products and things. And one of his favorites was the guitar from last year's celebration.
Okay.
And he is just the sweetest thing and he's always writing me such kind notes. And so I just really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna move on to some accents.
Yes.
And I think we're all done for today.
Oh my gosh, that pressure.
So, I know. Well, I think we may have, we'll go ahead and just call it out there. We may have gone over 20 minutes, but really, you know, it's all Sarah's fault. No, I'm just kidding.
You can blame it on me. It's totally fine. You know what? This is what happens when you get together with friends.
Yes, it is.
Stamping does take a little bit longer because you're having fun chatting.
are.
And that's totally okay.
It is. It's totally okay. And so it is not about how fast we were going to get this done. So that is totally good. So you can, you know, pick any jewel that you want, of course. And these are the Share What You Love Artisan Pearls. They are absolutely beautiful. I love the pearls. What is your favorite embellishment that you seemed your go-to embellishment?
Well, I mentioned it before, but I don't use a lot of embellishments.
Is that right?
DSP is kind of my, I'm a stamps, ink, and
Paper.
paper kind of girl.
Yeah. And, you know, that's one thing
Unless
that...
it's a kit.
Yes, we both love kits. And by the way, I just did a video on the Incredible You kit. Oh my gosh, that one is so beautiful. Like, I had to buy a few of those because I was excited to make those up for my customers because I think they're just stunning in that laser cut paper. The, you know, the overlay.
Yes.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna...
We're both using different tools.
Oh yeah, we are. So why are you using scissors?
It's old school.
Yeah, that's what I started with, absolutely. And then you guys came out with this fantastic Take Your Pick tool,
Yes.
which this thing is like awesome. It's super
So if you
cool.
don't have the Take Your Pick tool, you can use scissors or something sharp to kind of pick it up off the
That's exactly
paper.
right.
But if you want a cool, innovative tool,
This thing
Take your
rocks.
pick.
Yeah, tool.
not your nose.
That's right. Take your pick tool. Oh, that's funny. I love this thing. It's really, really great. It's a good tool. You guys did good with that. We appreciate you listening to us. And that's one thing I tell my customers too, is that if you have any innovative idea or something that you would like Stampin' Up! Or Sarah to hear about in our lineup of products, yeah, right?
Yes, please share. We love ideas.
And so if you already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, email your demonstrator and tell her those ideas, or him, those ideas, and let them know so that they can forward that on to Stampin' Up! Because you want to hear about all that good stuff, right?
We do. It makes us a better company for all of you.
Absolutely. So we have completed. Woo, look at that. We have got 20 cards. Whoop, nice job.
Yes.
We got it done. So I just want to thank all of you for joining me here today. And Sarah, thank you for doing this with me and creating these cards and this video. I just so appreciate you and Stampin' Up! and what you bring to so many.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for being patient with me as I dive into 10 and 20.
The 10 and 20. She's been broken, right? So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to go over to brandyscards.com and click the contact. You can send me an email. I'll be sure to get right back with you. And then, of course, if you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like some Stampin' Up! Catalogs, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions and send those off to you. Thank you for stopping by, and have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Bye.